Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey,
Hey, how's it going, guys?
and the Lord of Books, SDA.
Hi.
And I'm your host, Scribe, the Lord of Lazy Sundays, sort of, I guess.
Everybody
guys
have a good day.
I had a productive day. I got a video done, which I'll be posting tomorrow. And I was just on Sinatra's stream for a few minutes. How about you guys?
I made like the first full-length video that I've made in probably weeks.
Ooh.
So that happened. Everybody seemed super happy that happened. So
Good.
I made a video. I hung out with Little Butt, and then I took a nap, and then I was on the Sinatra stream you were.
Yep. And
I wasn't invited. Ouch. Gosh, Sinatra.
Well,
I'm gonna have to bitch at him.
He didn't know I was there until I said something in the chat. So
No, it's okay. I was out, so it's fine.
How is the Grand Monkey?
Oh, good. She was painting today.
Oh, that's so cute.
And she had one sponge brush, and she decided to do her makeup, including her hair with it.
Oh.
Okay. So she looked like she had a gaping head wound on her hair. And she looked like a little costume superhero. I kept trying. It's like, don't put it on your eyes. But she did her eyes and her nose. I'm like, oh my. She went right in the bath, so she got cleaned up right away. But I have pictures of it. She's so cute.
Oh, we have pictures of me because we were doing something with our garage when I was like 3. And we had sheetrock, and I was 3. So sheetrock was all over me, and it was all over the dog. And we've got pictures of it. My dad had to hose me down because he had to like wait for it to dry and then hose me down because we couldn't get it off any other way. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, let's see. So,
you should let her have some sheetrock because it was fun.
Sanguine, to grant you time, a Game of Thrones-esque show about the auto-cannibalizing nature of YouTube communities. A song of cringe and ire, if you will. Oh, Lord. Okay, thank you, Sanguine, for the donation. This is going to take some work because, A, I've never watched Game of Thrones. I know, I'm a total normie. And that, see, I would be inclined to start using real personalities in the ad, and I don't want to... I don't want to make it. I'm probably going to stand up using Monkey and SDA then.
Don't shit talk me in your ads.
All you have to know about Game of Thrones is there's incest, everybody dies, and winter's coming. That's it.
Oh, so the South.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay, that's easy.
You could the both of you.
Don't act like you're offended by that, Connecticut girl.
I am.
I do declare.
Yeah, I do declare that I am just cut to the core.
I do declare. Okay, Sanguine, that will probably have to show up on Tuesday's show. That's going to take some work, and I am off tomorrow night for family business. So,
Ooh,
not like family. Yeah, I was about to say not like the family business, but I have family visiting. So,
well, you just made it cool and then uncool.
That is the title of my autobiography.
Never ask him about his business, SDA.
Yeah. Oh, man. And for the chat and for you guys, because I'll probably have news stories in front of me. If anybody sees Sweeper in the chat before I notice, I've got his makeup ad ready for him. Because I listened back to the stream the other night, and yeah, I completely spaced on doing an ad for him. So I've got it ready for him when the time comes.
Cool.
Snubber, thank you very much. PSA, traps are still gay. Thank you. You're welcome. Hi, boy, Pat. How's it going?
Hi, Pat.
It's Pat. And Bloodwing.
And Bloodwing. Hi, Bloodwing.
And Jack Cochran is now the proud owner of a wrench.
Cool.
Oh, and also hi, Sanguine.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is in chat?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
I'm Dr. Nick. All right. Oh, yes, good.
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones movies.
And like button. If you have not already, hit that like button. Okay.
And the donation button. Hit the donation button.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah,
that's more important than the like button.
YouTube's not making it any easier for people.
Beat the shit out of that subscribe or the donation button.
Shit. Yeah, beat the shit out of your subscribe button. Yes, okay. So as thankfully happens generally with weekends, it's been a relatively slow news day. I will check with our friends at the CNN just for a moment on the off chance it's something. No, their headline is still, and has been for most of the day, the Google Manifesto.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, well, here's the thing, though. It's, of course, this is their subheading to it. One of the company's male engineers claims women are biologically unfit for tech jobs.
That is not at all what he says.
What happened? That is not at all what the fuck. Oh my god.
This reminds me so much of Gamergate in its execution of twisting the reality of something into what it's not.
Thank you, Timothy Steelbeck. Just cause.
Oh, well, thank you, Timothy.
That was nice.
Just Cause, that's a great game. You can blow stuff up.
I can't. That is so infuriating. That is not what happened at all. That's not even like a bastardization of what happened. That's just making shit up.
Yeah, well, I would be surprised by this if I hadn't lived vicariously through the Gamergate process.
It's so infuriating.
Yeah, and let's see. I wonder, did CNN even link the text of the actual paper in here? Let's see. Made public.
Google.
Well, they did. Yeah, they did. Actually, they did link the Gizmodo article, Motherboard, and Recode. So they are providing people the opportunity to go read it for themselves. So that's one better than Google itself.
Yeah,
yeah, because she was like, well, I don't support it, so we're just going to talk about it, but I'm going to pretend like it doesn't actually exist.
And for anybody in the chat who doesn't know what we're talking about, we covered this last night. A Google employee released internally a 10-page essay. They're calling it a screed or a memo, but it's more like an essay the other day, sort of fighting back against what they see as a kind of destructive culture in Google regarding diversity and trying to reach representation numbers and such. I'll put a link to the Gizmodo coverage of it because it's basically the entire paper plus Google's response, which, as I said on the Sinatra thing, I was more surprised by the fact that Google actually gave an official response to it at all, because and at the same time not linking it, because that just goes all the way into Streisand effect territory.
You know, I've seen a lot of internal memos working for different companies, and this is probably the least diplomatic one I've ever seen. Usually they keep it. Oh, you're fine. I paused there. That's my fault. Usually they keep it purposefully vague. You know, they'll use just flowery language like we support all inclusivity, and we respect all opinions. And this bitch is like, we accept all opinions except for yours, motherfucker. And it was very pointed in the way they put it. I was surprised by that. That's usually not the way they do things.
What surprised me the most was that it ended with "Nuff said."
Oh, that was the quote from that other guy. Yeah.
What? No, that was the quote from the woman.
Did she say that too? No, I don't. Did she? Hold on. No, she just says, "Thanks, Danielle." The "Nuff said" thing was a quote that she gave from Ari Balog. I guess he's one of the Google mucky mucks. He says, quote, and this was in the middle of the response, quote, building an open, inclusive environment is core to who we are and the right thing to do. Nuff said, unquote. So she was quoting someone else.
The fact that anybody in a professional environment said "Nuff said" upsets me.
Well, I think, and to Monkey's point on the fact that they were so pointed on this, and again, this is my armchair psychologist thing. I'm not a psychiatrist, but I do own a couch kind of deal. Thank you, W.R. Costin. August 11th is International W.R. Costin Day, celebrating the birth of the awesomest guy ever. Please let people know what activities are happening. Oh, okay.
What happened to stream that day? I'll read to you, or I'll sing to you.
What activities are happening on W.R. Costin Day?
I think that means like happy birthday.
No. I have to come up with the traditional events for a W.R. Costin Day. I think that is the implication. That is the ad I have to come
I feel
up
like
with.
You should have a petting zoo.
Ooh, okay, petting zoo.
Bounce
All
house.
right. Yes.
Oh, right, you do ads. Why did that totally space? I was like, what are you talking about?
Okay,
I'm so
traditional
confused.
petting of the zoo. Anything else that? Actually, you know what? Uh, Chat. Give out some ideas of what are some traditional uh, activities that take place on W.R. Costin Day. I can't promise I'll use them all, but I will try to integrate one or two of them into it. And I
On
will try.
that day,
Yes.
women at Google are paid 70% of what men are.
Oh my God. It's
Just throwing
women.
that out there.
Okay. Wage equality Olympics. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So to Monkey's point on how pointed the response from the company was, or at least from that diversity officer. And again, armchair psychiatry here. Uh, could it be because, as several times mentioned in the response, they feel they are in the right, that they are doing the just and correct moral thing?
Well, yeah. I mean, but even with that, I've never seen it that direct. Because usually it would be something very vague about the situation. And it was pointed in the way she did it at his ideology specifically.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. They think they're in the right. But I think that's always the case with the company side of it, because they're never going to come out and go, you're right, we were dumb. But I don't know. This one just struck me as a little bit more.
Oh, thank you,
Hey,
Super
Steven's
Steven.
there.
Wait, I got this. Chatelet, did you do it right?
Yes, you did.
Yay, everyone.
Yay.
Hope everyone is having a good night or day, and you guys pick.
Okay, well, Sweeper, I already have one for you as a makeup for the other night where I spaced and didn't get yours. So let me read that one first and get that out of the way. And then I will work on another one for you. I promise. All right, so here we go. And this is from the random Amazon product generator. Sweeper Stevens custom bedroom wall decals. Now you can accentuate your relationship and your romance with these sweet and inspiring wall decals. Using a light but firm adhesive, Sweeper's wall decals can be safely applied and not risk damage to paint. Some of the messages you can add to your bedroom life include: true love rests here, best friends for life, husband and wife, and please, dear, not in my turtle cave. Sweeper Stevens
in a
bedroom
turtle
wall decals. Stick it to your loved one. There you go.
Very nicely done.
And another random one for Sweeper. Okay, I'll work on that.
Jesse just asked how Jinxie's feeling losing his baby teeth. He hasn't lost any today, but it doesn't seem to bother him at all. Like, he's just been bleeding everywhere when he chews on stuff.
Is it that time of the month? Oh, wait.
His breath smells like
blood. Vampire puppy. Anyway, so that's all Google stuff. We covered it last night. It's still ongoing because now the rest of the world's finding out about it. And so I'm curious to see what happens, because now that it's headline news in a bunch of places and people have access to the whole paper, I don't know if it'll change anything, but it'll be an interesting experience one way or the other. So let's see. As far as other news today, again, it's a lazy Sunday, so not a whole lot is going on. Consequently, I've got basically potpourri type stories, but some of them are global in nature. The first one is a headline that jumped out at me from CNN that sounds like something out of a horror movie, but I'll read it here. British model kidnapped for dark web auction, Italian police say. You ever see Taken?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. A 20-year-old British model was kidnapped in Milan, Italy, to be auctioned off on a pornographic website on the dark web, the Italian state police said Saturday. The model, who has not been named, was assaulted, drugged, handcuffed, and stuck in a travel bag, police said in a statement. A 30-year-old Polish national who resides in the United Kingdom was arrested on kidnapping charges. Lukas Herba was arrested July 17th outside the British consulate in Milan while accompanying the women, said Lorenzo Buccosi, the head of the Milan Police Mobile Command Unit. It was not immediately clear why the suspect took the model to the consulate. Authorities said they are searching for at least one more person. The model arrived in Milan on July 10th and already had a photo shoot booked through her agent for the following day. When she walked into the apartment where the photo shoot was supposed to take place, 2 men attacked her. She was loaded into the trunk of a car and taken to a cabin on the outskirts of Lemay, a remote town in the Italian Alps, she told authorities. The woman was kept handcuffed to a wooden chest of drawers in a bedroom for a week. According to the Italian police, the suspect used encrypted accounts to ask the model's agent for $300,000 to stop the online auction from going ahead. He also allegedly told the agent that he was operating on behalf of, quote, the Black Death Group, an organization involved in illegal trafficking on the dark web, a layer of the internet accessible only through anonymizing networks like Tor. Italian investigators have since established that the suspected kidnapper had already organized several online auctions for the sale of abducted girls, referring to them as prey. The websites for the auctions included a description of the victim and a starting price, but police said it was still unclear whether the suspect had made them up. Okay. Investigations in the case are ongoing in Italy, Poland, and the United Kingdom. The British Foreign Office said that it's providing consular support to a British woman in Milan and that it is in touch with local authorities. If all of that is true, that is fucked up. And real quick, thank you, James Koch. Please do a trailer for Vampire Puppy. You got it. Jinx the Vampire Pumpy. Jesus. That sounds like a cartoon version of like a penis pump or something. Let's not go there. Anyway.
So they're stealing models and auctioning them off.
Just like in Taken, apparently.
See, this is a good advertisement for obesity. If you're a fat bitch, you're not going to fit in a little handbag.
Oh Lord.
I'm just saying.
No, but like I said, if all of that is true, because obviously they're still looking into it, if or even if half of that is true, that's just terrifying.
Looks like we lost SDA.
Oh, did we? Uh-oh.
She just sent a DM.
Oh.
Her internet died. So hopefully she'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah, it is fucked up. And selling people is just who the fuck does that?
Slavers.
I was just reminded of the Disney Pirates of the Caribbean thing, and I was thinking maybe this guy was on that ride and was inspired by it.
You mean in Polish Disneyland?
Yeah. They have Euro Disney.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So maybe it's a good thing they got rid of the wench sale.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, it like I said, it sounds like something out of a Hollywood movie or something.
CT Captain, I guess that means Joy Sparkle is safe.
Oh God,
she's 1 pound obese, guys. That was
it. Chip Walton says they snatched SDA. Yeah, they just the dark web auctioneers just took SDA. Cryptic, thank you very much. That's the plot to Taken. You pick. Yeah, I know. I hope, like I say, I hope some of it is untrue or that this is fake somehow. But if it's not, jeez. I hope
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I hope that the bids he was supposedly getting are untrue. The rest of it, I absolutely believe happened, and I hope he pays dearly for what he did. Fuck him.
And the other thing, of course, when something like this happens, let's say it is true, then the question in my mind comes, how many times does this happen that it's never reported or caught?
Yeah.
Because, the fact that that he took the girl to the consulate, that's weird. So anyway, so Cryptic wants a random. Okay. And I got sweepers going here. So guys, if SDA doesn't come back tonight for whatever reason, some of these ads may have to wait until Tuesday. I apologize for that, but that's just the logistics of keeping a conversation going with 2 people rather than 3. So we'll see. Anyway, so that's story number 1. That's kind of depressing. The other one that I'm actually surprised hasn't gotten more press, or at least not that I've seen. FBI, explosive detonated at Minnesota mosque.
Oh.
Because I heard that there was an explosion at a mosque, but they were still trying to figure out if it was like a gas leak or something else. But now the FBI is saying it was an explosive. The FBI was searching for suspects after an explosive device tore through part of a suburban Minneapolis mosque on Saturday as people were preparing for morning prayers, damaging a room but not causing any injuries, authorities and witnesses said. The blast happened around 5 a.m. at the Dar al-Farouk Islamic Center in Bloomington, according to Bloomington Police Chief Jeff Potts. Windows of the imam's office were shattered either by the blast or by an object thrown through them. One worshiper saw a pickup truck speeding away shortly after the explosion, said Mohammed Omar, the center's executive director. He said the mosque, which primarily serves people from the area's large Somali community, occasionally receives threatening calls and emails. Investigators will try to determine whether the incident was a hate crime and who may have been behind it, according to Richard Thornton. Yeah, that's what, investigators do. Thanks. Stating the obvious. Let's see. The mosque in Bloomington, just south of Minneapolis, serves as a religious center and community organizing platform for Muslim activists and leaders in the area. The group is offering a $10,000 reward for information. A $10,000 reward is also being offered by the Minnesota chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, or CARE. The group said its national office is urging Islamic centers and mosques to step up security. Quote, if a bias motive is proven, this attack would represent another in a long list of hate incidents targeting Islamic institutions nationwide in recent months, said Amir Malik, the local chapter's civil rights director. So that happened.
Isn't it just as possible that, a device went off before the bomber meant to pull the trigger? I'm just throwing that out there.
That's not right. Now,
that's not right. You're right. I have no proof of that. I shouldn't put it out there. It's not like Muslims bomb shit all the time. Yeah, I mean, if somebody did it and they were doing it to terrorize Muslims, fuck you. That's just don't. It doesn't help anybody. Stop.
I'm just glad it was tossed into an empty room. I mean, everything else aside, it's like buildings can be rebuilt. People can't really be. So unless you're, Steve Austin.
You can rebuild him.
Make it better. What's the first product I come up on here? Sexy ladies lingerie sleepwear. Okay, who shall I give that to? Sweeper or Cryptic?
Who went first? Do it in order.
Okay, so Sweeper. Sweeper gets okay. So sexy lingerie. Oh boy, I can't imagine what kind of twisted things I'll come up with for that one. Okay. What do we have next? So there was that. Don't care about that one. Okay, this one, the headline caught me, and I'm not quite sure what the context is. But given that we were talking about China and North Korea yesterday, Chinese official fired for not fighting extremism. A Communist Party official who oversaw a portion of China's restive northwestern Muslim region of Xinjiang has been dismissed on charges including that he failed to do enough to fight extremism. Zhang Jinbaiao, the party secretary for Hotan, is accused of serious violations including failing to carry out anti-terrorism work and improperly accepting gifts, said a statement by the ruling party's top discipline body. The statement Saturday by the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection. The Central Commission for Discipline Inspection.
What the hell is discipline inspection?
Got to make sure that your discipline is correct, I guess.
Sounds like it.
Gave no detail.
That person right.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't demoralize that person correctly. Let's see. The commission gave no details, but said Zhang's failure to carry out anti-extremism work had, quote, serious consequences. Okay, thousands of Chinese officials accused of financial offenses have been snared in a marathon anti-graft crackdown. But accusations of failing to carry out political duties such as anti-terrorism work are rare. Are they going to say what he supposedly didn't do? Chinese authorities have steadily tightened controls on Xinjiang, where they say radical Islamic thought has infiltrated the region from Central Asia. Thought.
He let the Muslims in.
Oh boy. Let's see. Communist leaders, including President Xi Jinping, have told local officials to see that Muslim minorities in Xinjiang assimilate into the majority Han Chinese culture. Huh. So China's being proactive about avoiding multiculturalism.
Yeah.
In communist China. So communist China has a more pragmatic and reasonable view on the whole thing than democratic Germany.
Yeah.
We live in interesting times. Let's see.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Thank you, Sweeper. You guys pick, and I wanted SDA to do the one you guys missed. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, SDA, we can hear you. I will have SDA do the one for you now, the one that I've come up with, and I'll try to get that done tonight. Sorry, Sweeper. I apologize.
What's going on?
Oh, Sweeper had meant for the ad that from the other night to be read by you. So the one he paid for tonight, and actually, as far as I'm concerned, he just paid for another one, be read by you. So I'll cook that up over the course of the stream, and then I'll make sure that you get the text when we get to it.
Okay.
So is your internet? Yeah.
I'm on my computer. I'm on my phone right now. Let me see if I can get on my computer because that's a lot easier. So I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
No, it's okay. It's fine. You know, technically, this is the pitfalls of live television, so to speak. Which is really what we could do if we all put our cameras on. It would be live television. And I know that shouldn't be some kind of like alien concept to me or anything, but sometimes I just sit back and go, this is the world I live in now. I think it's I like the fact that I can still be amazed at technology that most people take for granted.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How's it sound, SDA?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay.
I don't know why our internet keeps going out, but
so can one of you cover some MSS news while I work on Sweeper's ad real quick?
Sure. Let me get over there.
Yeah, we've got the top one from Colleen Bernier looks like it might be up your alley.
I was actually on my way over there and I got stopped. From a everyday feminist posting. From Tess Holiday. If you guys don't know who she is.
Oh God, what happened?
Yes.
What happened?
She wrote, and I quote, "I won't lower my weight until society lowers the gender pay gap, and even then, I probably won't."
Oh, even then, I probably won't. So where's the incentive? That's not much of an ultimatum, Tess. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Either ultimatum or don't.
Holiday.
What?
Okay, let me see what we have here for MSS News. Oh, wow. Yes, this is from Colleen Bernier, staff reporter. Mom has awkward moment confronting daughter about sex toy in dishwasher. Warning, this is rude and some readers might find the material explicit. The hell am I looking at there? Okay. Oh my.
What happened?
It kind of looks like a water bottle. An upset mom was forced to, and it says mom. This is like British, so.
Okay.
It's from the Mirror. An upset mom was forced to confront her daughter after thinking she found her sex toy in the dishwasher. There was an entirely innocent explanation. The daughter hadn't washed a sex toy, hers or anyone else's, in the dishwasher. It wasn't a sex toy at all, but a melted water bottle. There was still an awkward situation, however, on Reddit. Fiction Bastard, I guess. I don't know. I can't tell. It's blocked out because apparently can't say bad words. Shared a photo of the shrunken drinking apparatus and gave a brief account of the exchange she had with her mom. So mom finds this in a dishwasher, gives it to me wrapped in a towel, asking, "What the fuck? I put this in the dishwasher." In fairness, the object does resemble something that you might use in the bedroom. So much so that the mom in question couldn't even bring herself to touch it. But the girl explained it was a cup, it shrank. She went on talking about how uncomfortable she felt all day. Yeah. So girl's cup melted in the dishwasher, and her mom thought it was her dildo, and it wasn't. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that so much if that wasn't.
Assume the worst of your kids. Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this one was also from Colleen Bernier. No, this one comes from, I can never say this right. It comes from Reggie. That's how I say it. From Reggie. Why professional cuddling is booming under Trump. In the wake of Donald Trump's election, people struggling to figure out how to cope, and some have found the answer was as simple as a human touch. Have you guys seen this shit?
No, I don't think so.
No? Like the professional cuddle people?
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff about.
Oh, I've heard about those guys. That story came out a couple of years ago, I think. But yeah.
Oh no, it's making a comeback because of Donald Trump, and there was also recently a story, and I don't know if it's in MSS News. We'll have to see. But people are getting mad because they're professionally cuddling, and their clients are wanting to, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what happens when two people lay naked together. Anyway. On Saturday night in Venice, California, light spilled from an open door on an otherwise dark street. The space appeared to be an alley. The space appeared to be an art gallery or studio. Blank walls, cubbies for shoes and personal items, and cushioned mats and pillows lining half of the room's hardwood floor.
Oh, geez.
12 individuals filter into the room, dressed in pajamas, yoga attire, sweatpants, some more confidently than others. They are a handful who remove their shoes immediately and find a place on the floor, blanket in tow, presumably preparing for some grand slumber party or group nap. Each visitor is greeted by a woman wielding an iPad. Would you like a hug? She asked.
Sorry, real quick. Sanguine, thank you. Well, it wasn't the daughter's sex toy until that moment, monkey. Dealer's choice.
Yeah, that would be funny if, like, when the mom says that, the daughter's like, oh my God, I could use this as a dildo. Thanks, Mom.
That's gonna make that even that's gonna make that even more awkward for that poor girl. Way to go. This is a story about how these people are coping with Trump winning by hugging each other. And these cuddle sessions go for $80 an hour. $80 to cuddle with somebody you're not even gonna get to touch the naughty bits. Just buy a hooker. You'll feel much better after having an orgasm. That's all I'm saying. SDA, would you pay somebody to cuddle?
No, you couldn't pay me to cuddle with somebody. I hate cuddling.
Oh my God.
Like, it's summer, get away from me.
This one comes from staff reporter Colleen Bernier. Arizona family warns others after boy gets fidget spinner stuck on his finger.
Oh God.
At least it was his finger this time. A family is warning other parents about the dangers of fidget spinners, a popular toy, after one got stuck on a boy's finger. Sam Rhodes, 11, had a fidget spinner stuck on his finger for 16 hours after playing with the toy. I barely pushed it on my finger and it just popped right on, said Sam to an NBC affiliate. The specific toy Sam had was made out of an alloy metal. After getting the fidget spinner stuck on his hand, the parent tried home remedies to remove it. It's hard to tell from the picture which part got stuck, but it looks like he just pushed out one of the bearings, stuck his finger in there, and it got stuck. That's going to happen with any toy that doesn't have give, parents. Watch your kids. Tell them not to do stupid shit or, Darwinism. Just saying. Oh, here's one for SDA from Colleen Bernier. Skunk in bed. Connecticut boy gets stinky wake up. Is that a big problem up there?
I don't know. I don't live in Connecticut.
Look, we're not doxing you. It's knowing the state doesn't hurt.
You know what state I live in.
Denial. A Connecticut boy got an unpleasant surprise when he awoke to find a skunk in his bed. Hamden police say the 13-year-old was awoken in his upstairs bedroom by a skunk, which had climbed into bed with him. Excuse me. Police say the skunk apparently got into the home when it climbed through a hole in the trash can, and a resident brought the can inside. It's not clear how the skunk found its way up to the boys' room, but no one was happy about the outcome. It was called at 6 a.m. Police say the animal control officer arrived to the pungent smell of skunk, which emanated throughout the house. The family got the animal out of the house on their own, which is probably what caused it to spray everywhere. It's not like a bat, and that's the end of the story, guys. It's not like a bat. You can't just scare it out of your house. It's going to spray everywhere, dummies.
Okay, so I've got 2 ads to read. And the second one, well, I'll explain that when I get to it. But
Wait, did you do a vampire puppy one?
not yet. I still have.
Oh, good.
It's
Okay.
the vampire puppy I haven't gotten to yet. I want to get Sweepers.
Don't read that unless I'm here.
Yeah, I won't. And it might not be until Tuesday with all the other ones I have
That's
to do.
okay.
Let's see. Donald the Repentless, thank you so much. It's so smoky outside because of all the fires. Sucks. Add Dr. Repentless butt hurt ointment.
Oh, we had in Georgia when there were a bunch of North Georgia fires. It was like right at the end of last semester. Like the weather forecast was literally like smoke, not like partly cloudy, just smoke.
Okay, that's awful.
Ridiculous.
So SDA, you have to read this one. Is the deal? This is Sweeper's deal. So let me. I'm gonna put there's 3 segments because of the way the side chat works. It doesn't let me post it all at once. So
okay.
Here's 1, and then 2, and lastly 3. It's only like 5 sentences.
Do I have to read this in like a cell, or am I just
you read it however you want. He just wanted you to read it. So
okay. Do you dream of having your sexy seductress wrap in sensuous silk? Sweeper Stevens' sexy silk sleepwear, good lord, creates just enough mystery while teasing at what is to come, hanging down just far enough to cover your lady's smush cookie while accentuating her afro taint. Sweeper Stevens' sexy silk sleepwear. You'll put it on, but not for long.
And thank you, Jesse Green. Skunk what cuddles too. Skunks want cuddles too, maybe?
Want cuddles too.
Did you have a ad request? Random. Okay, I will. I'll put you down on the random list. I got quite the grocery list now, but I have one more I have to read. Let me put you on the list here. So now here's.
Real quick before you go.
Yes.
I actually do want a skunk, and you can get them without that scent gland, and they're so cute. They really are.
Are you the one who showed me the inverted?
The white skunks, yeah.
They're so stinking cute.
Yeah.
They're not stinking cute because you can get them without the thing. So
okay,
it's cute.
So I have to give a little bit of preamble on this. While I'm putting Cryptic's name on this, this is exactly what this product is named on Amazon, and I am not kidding. This was random. It's too perfect, and I have to read it obviously. But here we go. So I didn't make up the details of this.
Ranting Monkey, Lady Monkey in chat is saying we are not getting a skunk.
All right, so here we go, real quick.
Oh goodness.
From Cryptic Records comes the new epic single from the worldwide sensation, Something Involving a Monkey. You'll feel your ears bleed to the new hit song, Dive into the Great Blue Waffle. From the album of the same name, you'll never think of breakfast the same way again. There is a band called Something Involving a Monkey, and their album is called Dive into the Great Blue Waffle. I am not making this up.
Good lord.
It was too perfect and just came up on the random. I was like, oh my God.
That is a lot, though.
Thank you, Snubbirth. My friend had a pet skunk. It acted like a kitty. Oh.
That's so cute. I want a skunk.
Kitty skunk. Kitty
Mom,
skunk.
can we get a skunk? I want a skunk.
Skunk. Well, you just don't have to take a bath for a few days, XDA, and you'll have one.
You're an ass. I just read an ad for you.
You read an ad for Sweeper.
Yeah, but it was like for you too, because you'd get in trouble if I didn't do it.
Probably.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And that's your thanks, is to tell me that I'd be a skunk? Really?
If you stink, then yeah.
You're an ass.
Let's see.
Yeah, if she didn't bathe, I don't think that would be a skunk. She'd have a stanky puss.
Well, skunks act like kitties.
Stanky puss. Anyway, I'm sorry. Who are we doing?
No, but I'll read an
Okay.
MSS News real quick. This one comes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I have one ready that I was just waiting
Oh,
for
okay, go
the
ahead.
ads to be done.
Oh, that's fine. Sure.
Crap, I forgot who it came from. Sean Lee, thank you so much. Cafe charges men more than women for a very powerful reason.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear what their very powerful reason is. I'm sure it's compelling. I'm sure I'll just be like, you know what? All this anti-SJW content, no more.
A cafe owner has explained why she charges men more than women and allows ladies priority seating. Alex O'Brien, who owns Handsome Her, a vegan cafe in Melbourne, Australia, says she gives female customers a better deal to raise awareness of the gender pay gap. It's been dubbed the man tax. Alex says her restaurant is for women by women. Though men are welcome, and significantly, the surcharge isn't compulsory. It's an operation for 1 week per month. They show a picture of the cafe, and the bitch behind the counter has blue hair. Oh my god.
Yeah, but like it's a vegan restaurant, so no man's ever been in there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
what goes? Alex says that so far no male customers have failed to cough up the additional charge, which works out as 18% markup. She wants to start a conversation over the issue of gender equality in the workplace. Dare we mention the BBC? They said that. That's not being sarcastic. If men don't want to pay it, we're not going to kick them out the door. It's just an opportunity to do some good. Go fuck yourself. Oh my god. An opportunity to do some good, to pay extra because of your genitals. Go fuck yourself. Patrons of the vegan cafe, which doesn't use disposable coffee cups and serves 100% plant-based menu, appears supportive of the idea. Of course, because they're vegans and they're morons. Apologies to the vegans in the chat, but come on, most vegans are idiots. Okay, let me rephrase that. Most vegans who'd end up in the news are fucking idiots. One customer told 7 News in Melbourne, "I think it's fair if you think about the world and the gender inequality that we have." Another said, "I think it's a brilliant idea because I don't think many people actually know the actual gap."
Actually know the actual. I don't think they actually like know the actual thing. So.
Sanguine says, thank you, Sanguine. So is it Adam Ruins Everything's favorite place?
I imagine it is. And actually, if you actually look at the actual picture, it kind of looks like the bar.
Actually?
That he was in.
Wow. Actually.
In Melbourne.
Actually. Oh, this is great. Alex describes herself as a feminist, not the fun kind. And added, it actually says that, not the fun kind. That's part of the quote.
Oh my God.
We're bringing the gender pay gap, to the forefront of people's minds. I think that it's making men stop and question their privilege a little bit. For fuck's sake. If you guys want to go and pay more for crappy food that nobody really wants to eat and deal with bitches with blue hair, I recommend Handsome.
Yeah, why would you want to go there?
Well, this is great. They show a sign that as you walk in, it says house rules. Rule number 1, women have priority seating. Rule number 2, men will be charged an 18% premium to reflect the gender pay gap 2016, which is donated to a women's service. Rule number 3, respect goes both ways.
No.
Madam, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but you're an idiot. What? How can you say that when you're like, yeah, men should pay more? What?
She's a feminist, not the fun kind.
Clearly.
I really fucking hate people.
Same.
Who does and why are we still pretending nobody's heard of this? How many fucking stories have to be done about the wage gap before? I mean, it's all a bunch of bullshit anyway, but how many times do we have to hear about it because people are bringing awareness to it? We're fucking aware. We're also aware that you're out of your fucking minds and can't do simple math.
Right, because they're like, see, we're getting paid less. It's like, no, see, he has a degree in computer engineering. You have a degree in psychology.
Yeah.
And not even like a doctorate, so...
Thank you, Lanny Stanfield. You run a coffee shop. How much privilege can you show me?
Well, they have the blue hair. That's all they need.
That's true, yeah. Wasn't the old joke that old ladies had blue hair? Was that like, he said there's a blue hair over there? You're talking about like an elderly woman?
I knew about that. My dad told me about that.
Now
I get that reference.
Crazy bitches you don't want to stick your dick in because it might hurt.
I understood that reference.
Do we want to do one more? We're at 45, or do you want to move on to YouTube?
Yeah, do a couple more. I'm still working on this one ad for the vampire puppy.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I know you're excited.
You should put something in there for me to read. To say.
Well, okay. Well, I'll see what I can do. If I can get it done before 2 more stories drop, then I'll read it or have you help me. But if not, then we'll just move on.
Okay.
This one comes from Jack Cochran. He's a staff reporter, right?
Staff reporter Jack Cochran. Now with a wrench.
He was the original, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he was the original staff reporter, Jack Cochran.
Oh, thank you, Jesse Green.
Senior staff reporter.
Jesse Green says, is Vegan Gains going to dumpster dive there? No, it's not dumpster diving. What is it called?
It's Freegan.
Freegan, right.
That sounds like...
Freegan Gains.
Like
Freegan stupid.
Freaking stupid.
Oh my God. Okay, this one comes from senior staff reporter Jack Cochran. A man was arrested and another is in critical condition following a shooting Friday night, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office said. I should have read the title. Oh, South Florida man arrested after shooting another man in groin.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
As Cartman says, you never shoot him in the dick. Come on, man. Dwight Englehart, 63, is accused of shooting 55-year-old Charles Whitaker during a heated argument at the Hogfish Marina, p.m. Eastern, Friday night. Whitaker and his friend, 46-year-old Dirk Gaugu, went to the Hogfish restaurant to have drinks and brought Gagu's dog along, according to deputies. They arrived there in a dinghy and tied it up next to Englehart's sailboat, which Englehart also lives on. After having some beer and Patron tequila, the 2 men and the dog got back into the dinghy to return to the 3D Marina on Shrimp Road, where they both live. But before they left, Whitaker got into a woman. Oh my God. Let me try that again. Whitaker got into an argument with a woman at the bar about the dog, according to deputies. She told Major Crime Detective Bernardo Barrios she made a joke remark about stealing the dog, and Whitaker took her seriously. He became angry and began to yell and swear at her. Englehart then got involved in the argument, deputies say, and told Whitaker to leave because he was trespassing. A witness told Barrios the suspect threatened several times to kill Whitaker. Englehart then went into the cabin of his sailboat, returned with a .380 caliber handgun, and began shooting.
Yikes.
Whitaker was struck 3 times in his groin.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus
Ouchie.
Christ. And the dog was struck once in the leg, according to deputies.
Oh, God.
The 2 men, you're more upset at the dog getting shot than the guy getting shot.
Yes, absolutely. What? The
Whitaker
dog didn't do nothing.
He was the whole problem.
No. That's awful. Is the dog okay?
As Scribe would say, let me finish reading. Whitaker was later airlifted to Kendall Regional Hospital, where he remains in critical but stable condition. The dog was treated for its injuries, but is expected to recover.
Oh, thank goodness.
They found the dude on his sailboat. He had the gun still. He'll be going to jail.
I hope for a long time for shooting the dog.
Over somebody making a joke about stealing the dog. People take their dogs too goddamn seriously. It's a dog. You know, in some parts of the world, that's just food. It's just food. You wouldn't get mad if somebody shot a Twinkie.
That's because a Twinkie is not an alive sentient being that can give me a high five.
Okay, vegan games, you can start talking about aliens now?
No.
Okay. Look now, yeah, shooting the dog is bad, but the dude got shot in the dick 3 times. I think that's a little bit more important. Dude's not facing attempted murder charges for shooting the dog.
Well, he should be.
Goddamn
Yeah,
dog
dogs'
people.
lives matter. Dog lives matter, whatever. Yeah, I spoon with Jinx all the time.
Oh my god.
And I think we'll finish with this one, ending where we began with staff reporter Colleen Bernier. U.S. Navy veteran ordered to remove American flag wrap from mailbox. A mailbox covered with the American flag is at the center of a dispute brewing between a retired... Oh, goddamn ads.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, that threw me off because someone started yelling in my ear. A mailbox covered with an American flag is at the center of a dispute brewing between a retired U.S. veteran and a homeowners association in Florida. Retired U.S. Navy officer John Ackert says he received a late... Oh, my God. See, we're about done with Frank reading. Oh, my God.
Whoops.
We're about done with Monkey reading. Oh, fuck me. Anyhow, retired U.S. Naval officer John Ackert said he received a letter late last week from Southwood Residential Community Association in Tallahassee that asked him to remove the wrapping of Old Glory around his mailbox or face penalties. He told WCTV he is not backing down without a fight and has made an appeal. I view this as a form of bullying, to be honest, Ackert said, and I think people should stand up to bullying of any form, and particularly this. Ackert says that the Homeowners Association claimed his mailbox is not in consonance with the aesthetic values of Southwood. As the holiday season comes to a close, please remove the American flag mailbox wrap, the letter read. Decoration may be displayed 30 days prior and must be taken down 15 days after. Okay, on a lot of these homeowners things, I tend to go with the Homeowners Association because you bought your house there and know the rules. But the American flag is not just a decoration for a fucking holiday.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fucking flag of the country. He says the wrap has been up for 4 years. He put it there 30 days after he moved in his house. It's been there for 4 years, and now it's a problem. How much do you want to bet that that's because Donald Trump is president now?
Probably.
And that's about it for
Okay.
the news.
I have an ad. It's a lengthy ad because, man, this is an epic. It's about the vampire puppy. I don't have a part for you to read, STA, because it didn't quite come out that way. So here we go. Are you ready? Hopefully
I
you
feel
like
betrayed.
it. I know. Wallachia, Romania, 1476. Vlad the Impaler, known as Son of the Dragon, has been overrun by the terrified subjects of his blood-drenched empire. In his final hours, the vampire lord makes to escape his fate, but his castle is burned to the ground. But his doghouse wasn't, and the hellhound of Dracula lay trapped under the rubble, falling into a deep torpor. Now, nearly 600 years later, Dracula's puppy has awakened, thirsty for blood. Using his mesmerizing puppy powers, the dog has made his way across the vast ocean to a pet store in Georgia and into the hands of some dumb American, unaware of the dog's evil origins. Now known as Jinx, the hellhound stalks the night seeking pettings and plasma. Prepare for canine catastrophe in Jinx, Puppy of the Dragon.
That was cute.
Okay. So for the other ads, guys, I've got a list running. I'm probably gonna have to work on them between now and Tuesday when I come back from family stuff. I promise I will get to all of them come Tuesday night at worst, if I can't get anything else done tonight.
Well, on the plus side, we actually have a lot to talk about with YouTube time with our videos tonight.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Everybody
we do.
did one.
Yay! I also have a comment that I'm going to read out to you guys as well on one of my older videos because I thought it was funny.
Okay. Then you go first, SDA.
Okay, so I'll start with the comment. This was on my Riley video, because this is also sort of relevant because of Twitter stuff. But the Riley video where I was like, why is everybody apologizing? I mean, like, sure, maybe she's actually transitioning, but she's still an idiot, so. And she did say that she wasn't, that's what video this was on. But the person said, being an edgelord isn't going to get you laid, by the way. Like,
Right.
you don't have to be a piece of shit to get boys to like you. Also, you might want to come up with some original thoughts. Since you're literally just regurgitating the same shit Blair White does, we don't need two of her for fuck's sake.
Oh God.
Yeah, so
I'm
here for dick, basically.
This is a commenter telling you not to be an edgelord because you don't need to do it to get laid?
Yeah.
They know you're a woman, right?
Well, they're saying that this won't get me laid.
You're a woman. You can get laid anytime you want. I mean, you just got to drop your standards, but it's not like you have to be. God, I hate people.
No, just really, just open up the dishwasher. It's right there.
Nice callback. Nice callback.
Yeah, I try.
So yeah, I don't know. I think that's interesting. I'm like, very feminist of you. Obviously, you're conservative because you want dick. Like, okay, calm down. The other thing that I think is stupid about that is that Blair literally cried when Riley was like, I'm going to get my face done. Blair was like, oh my God.
Have you seen?
Sorry.
Have you seen Riley?
She doesn't look that different. Whatever. But the Adam's apple is gone.
I thought he was getting feminization surgery, and apparently it was equestrian feminization surgery. The dude looks more like a horse than he used to. There's nothing feminine about it.
No, he doesn't look feminine, but at the same time, the Adam's apple is gone, and I'm just like, R.I.P. Adam's apple.
It's funny because sometimes when he talks, it makes a V now, like it's vag. Anyway.
Like, you will be missed. Well, and then all that came up because Riley made a video about how to apologize properly.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be responding to that. Adam R said he removed the apple. Not all of it. It's
no, he can still talk. Unfortunately,
it's vastly reduced, but it's still there.
Monkey, I was gonna. We should just collab on that video.
I have to do it tonight.
But we're both gonna do it.
But yeah, I have to do it tonight for timing.
What? Why?
Because I'm going to be watching Grand Monkey, and that pretty much takes me out of making videos again until Wednesday.
Oh, right. Damn.
Yeah. So what was your video about today, SDA?
Oh, it was about the Young Turks did a stupid. They said things.
The Young Turks? No.
Yeah, right. They were talking about affirmative action and basically how they're investigating into affirmative action and whether or not it's discriminatory, which, spoiler alert, it is. And Shank actually posed a good-ish argument against affirmative action, and Anna's response, spoiler alert, was literally, "This is a quote that I don't think it's enough credit, but haters gonna hate."
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's your big mic drop. Got it.
Well, Shank brought up the very valid point that affirmative action can at least give the appearance of invalidating achievement. And it does.
Yeah, I mean, because how can you really know? Even like within yourself, how can you know? You can't.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember when Colin Powell went to run for president, there was a lot of talk about whether he would have ever been a general if it wasn't for affirmative action. And that was coming from the leftists.
Right.
Who were trying to point out that it's a great thing. Like, you're doing it yourselves, jackasses. This is one of the arguments against it, not to mention it's fucking racist or sexist, depending on which way.
And Anna said something along the lines of, it's not like we just say, oh, this person's black, so they get a free pass. And then I brought up the fact that at Harvard, if you're black, they add 230 points to your SAT score.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And then they deduct 50 points if you're Asian.
Uh-huh.
And that's like from Harvard themselves saying that.
Have you ever read the story Harrison Bergeron?
No.
It's a short story. I believe it is a Kurt Vonnegut story. If I get corrected again, and turns out it's a Philip K. Dick short story, I apologize. It's a short story that's sort of a dystopian future wherein everyone has mechanical devices attached to them, amongst other things, in order to make sure that they are all equal, that no one is any stronger or any better than anyone else. And so you got these people walking around with all these things on them to inhibit them or push them up, depending, so that no one is effectively any more skilled or talented than anyone else. And this is what this reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Real
and
quick,
it really screws over Asians. I mean, in another in the same
they're not
article that I
minorities anymore.
linked. What?
Asians aren't minorities anymore. They're just white people.
Well,
They're white
honestly, it's ridiculous because in my sociology classes, we talked about Asian people because, of course, you're constantly told that, that like the minorities have all sorts of problems and stuff like that. And it was interesting because when we got to Asians, they were like, well, Asians have model minority privilege because white people like the way that Asians behave, so Asians don't have to worry about discrimination.
No, Asians wanted to assimilate and rise and educate their children. And I've never heard of an Asian acting white. I spent
well, nobody notices the Asian population because they literally assimilate.
When I lived in Virginia, when I lived in Norfolk, Virginia, I've mentioned this before, I was a minority, and I heard any black kid who actually studied was accused of acting white. I'm like, that's fucking retarded. No, they're acting intelligent. Nothing for you.
If we were going off stereotypes and like actual statistics, it'd be acting Asian.
Hold on. Go ahead, Monkey.
I wanted to address something Nothing for You here said. He said he was amazed to see SDA agreeing with Cenk on something. This is something I wanted to address. Cenk is not a dumb man. I don't for a minute believe Cenk believes everything he says. If you actually watch him talk sometimes, going back to, I think it was the second debate between Hillary and Trump, the Young Turks covering it. It could have been the third debate. I don't remember. But Trump absolutely killed it in that debate. And Hillary came out looking just bitchy as shit. And the other two people on the panel with him were like, oh, she killed it. And Cenk's like, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think she actually hurt her case here. And when the polls came out, it absolutely reflected what he said. If you watch Cenk talk sometimes, he's an educated man. But to me, it really seems like he is desperately trying to keep the narrative just because it's his audience.
And it's his
now,
product.
Anna is just Anna's a fucking moron. But if you actually listen to Cenk, he's not a dumb guy. He's really not. He's full of shit, but he's not a dumb guy.
Well, sometimes, sorry.
Yeah, Cryptic says, as an Asian, get fucking bent, assholes.
You can't do that. I'm white. You can't oppress me like that, man.
I know, right?
Well, and that was the other thing, was that they were saying, this is another thing I had a huge problem with, was they were like, well, you're white, so they're misusing the civil rights department of the government to protect white people.
Oh, yes.
I was like, what? No. White people have civil rights too. Hello?
Civil rights are for everyone.
That's like the point. That's literally the point of civil rights.
Yes.
That's literally the idea.
Yeah. That was Anna was especially dumb in that video. And why was she wearing a table cover? That was not a flattering top. I just want to say that. You guys go watch her video, you'll know. Not the TYT one. Watch SDA's. Anything else you're working on?
Well, I'm gonna respond to the Riley video. Just so you guys know, I'm gonna do that so that when Monkey gets his out before me, it's gonna happen. Just saying.
Jim Stacy says Riley Dennis reminds me of the horse from Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, sure. Didn't like it.
I did think Riley kind of looks like Sarah Jessica Parker now. So the whole
She does. You know what? Now that you say that, she totally does. I don't even know what to say anymore.
You know,
I go
somebody's
back
mad
and
at me.
forth.
I took a nap today and I woke up to 2 different people talking about the exact same thing, and I was pulled into it.
You just get pulled into all sorts of drama these days.
Yeah, and I didn't even do it this time. I was literally asleep for it.
What happened?
Well, the Blair thing came out where Blair made a post about Riley's video. And Riley's video is, for those of you who don't know, is teaching you how to apologize correctly. And it is some seriously stupid shit. But Blair came out and said, don't apologize to somebody who tells you how you have to apologize or some shit like that. And your boy Pat tagged me in it and was talking about how everybody after VidCon was apologizing. Not me. And then somebody else separately was tweeting to, I think they were tweeting to Shoe on Head about how horrible I am because I refuse to apologize to Riley. So these 2 separate things actually came from the same video, like almost a month after I've made it. It was really surreal to wake up to. So I have to respond, of course.
Was Shoe on Head bitching about you though?
Real quick, Cryptic, thank you very much. Anna is dried up beef jerky.
Damn.
Jeez.
That's harsh.
That's pretty harsh.
You don't think Anna's kind of cute? Not even a little bit? Come on. She's dumb, but she's kind of cute.
She's attractive.
Well, in my video, I said that she's pretty. Like, it's a good thing that she's pretty.
She's pretty.
Because she's stupid.
You just want to, jam your dick in her cock socket so she can't talk.
Whoa.
Wait, did you say that? Did Shoe on Head respond at all?
No. Shoe on Head, I don't know, remember even exactly what she was talking about. Shoe on Head pretends I don't exist because we had a little disagreement over the whole Bearing thing. Bearing lost his channel.
Yeah.
And I didn't bow to Her Highness, and yeah, she acts like I don't exist. But one of her fans, I like to call her
Queen Shoe. Sorry.
I don't really have a problem with her. I just thought that was she came after me for a comment I made, and when I responded, got all stuck up about it.
Well, that's what happened with me because I said I mouthed off to Michael Rowlands, and she told me that I was trying to call him a pedophile, and then she started bothering Bearing and saying why aren't you calling this person out on your channel?
Now, you guys are far more famous than I am. I've never spoken to Shoe on Head at all.
Well, I hope you never have the displeasure.
Here's a little 6 degrees of monkey.
Oh yeah, give me some 6 degrees.
The original argument me and her got into was actually on my comment to a Teal Deer video.
Oh jeez.
Shit.
Yeah, so because Teal Deer had made his video about how it doesn't matter. Sorry, just a moment.
Okay.
While
we wait for that, STA, were you going to talk about your concept art at all, or was that still kind of super secret?
It's not super secret. I'm working on concept art for the book cover. That's all I'm going to say right now. But I'm really liking how it's looking, and I'm really excited about it. It will probably be a while before that actually gets released. But that being said, if you're one of my patrons on Patreon, you will get to see that super duper early. So even if you're just a $1 patron, that's for everybody.
Cool.
I do want to clarify. I don't hate Shoe on Head. I know a lot of people do. She's a little uppity for my taste, but she does. Her videos are funny. She just tends to get uppity now and then, and I just thought it was funny because she won't mention me at all anymore. And then somebody pointed me out to her about that same fucking video. Really? I was sleeping. I didn't do anything.
Let's see. Before we get to monkey stuff, I have 2 ads to read.
Sweet.
And then I think
I told you we'd give you some time.
Yeah, I think I might be done after this. We'll see. Okay, so first up, Dr. Repentless's Universal Butthurt Ointment. The cure for all that ails your poor posterior. Whether your aches and pains come from mean tweets, a joke you don't approve of, or a bad night of turtle cave spelunking, Dr. Repentless's ointment will help to heal those booty bruises fast. Dr. Repentless's universal butthurt ointment. Oil up your ass for a better life.
No. Don't put them on.
And secondly, each year on August 11th, our nation sets aside a day to commemorate a true hero of our times, W.R. Costin. International W.R. Costin Day is a time to celebrate the great accomplishments of an inspirational life. So make your reservations now to get your ceremonial lap dance at the local petting zoo. And per tradition, all female mud wrestlers will be provided 70% of what male mud wrestlers make. International W.R. Costin Day, a day for all of us.
Yay. I look forward to it. Make sure you stop by the stream and I will sing to you. Or don't stop by the stream if you don't want me to.
No, exactly. So Monkey,
you will have to remind me.
Sorry, SD, did you have anything else you wanted to report on for YouTube-ish stuff?
Well, like we're almost done Frostburned, which is like the 7th book in the Mercy Thompson series. So next day or so, probably or so, and we're gonna be doing another book club with Faye. So
okay.
Yeah.
Monkey, what did you do today?
Unknowingly, I did the same video you did.
You did. Yours is way better than mine. You found that Google promo thing.
Oh, that was so.
Talk about your video because yours was constructed much better than mine was.
So I did a video on the story we covered last night about the Google internal memo questioning Google's diversity program. This thing has been called a screed, which it's really not. As Scribe pointed out, I think that was it was in your video you pointed out. It's not really a screed.
No,
what is a screed?
It's an essay.
It is, and he lays it out, and you can tell this came from an engineer because it's all about logic. There's no feeling in it. It's just logic. And excuse me, I didn't cover much of the actual memo because for the most part, if you watch anti-SJW content, you know what the memo says. It's all the stuff we've been saying about intersectional feminism and the stupid shit they want to do in the world, including he tears apart the wage gap. He talks about reasons why men and women might go into different roles in the workforce. Nothing he says is really controversial, except for the fact that he said it in a incredibly radical left organization. One of the things he points out is that women look for a work-life balance where men are more about getting status and ahead in work. That is not
absolutely true.
Yeah, it's not controversial at all. Every study ever done on it has shown that.
And women like being mothers and they like taking care of their kids. Not everybody, obviously, but
not all.
They do. And that's not a bad thing. If you have a family, somebody's going to have to be like the primary person who's able to do all this stuff at home. That doesn't mean that dads don't take care of their kids, and it doesn't make women bad people. It's not a bad thing.
Well, there was a particular part of his essay that actually reminded me of you, because he was talking about how women are more people-oriented, and programming is not a real people-oriented profession. You're sitting there tapping out boring shit into a computer. And why did you leave STEM?
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, you're right. As much as I love math and like I even miss it, it just got to the point where I wasn't getting any sort of social interaction. And as much of an introvert as I am, I still need some sort of social stimulation. And it wasn't happening at all. And it was driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Thank you, Timothy Seelbeck. Screed, a long speech or piece of writing, typically one regarded as tedious.
Thank you.
True, but screed has taken on a colloquial meaning of being a sort of dismissive piece of writing or some mean-spirited tirade, at least as far as I understand it.
Well, yeah, it does. There's that, but also the tedious part of it.
It's not tedious. Well,
it's not at all.
That's a matter of opinion, but I didn't think it was tedious.
Well, I didn't think it was because he doesn't like repeat himself. He doesn't ramble on. He just lays it out. Bam, 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 bam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
I
he even
didn't.
provides
Sorry.
bullet points for people with fucking short attention spans.
Yeah,
what were you gonna say?
I didn't leave STEM because it was too hard or because I didn't like it. I mean, I live like if I see like math jokes, like I get sad because I'm like I really miss it. I really do miss it, and maybe I'll like finish it up later in life. I don't know. It's not something I'm open to doing that. But yeah, it got to be too much where like I don't know, I wanted to be able to go to class and actually talk to people and it's not their fault that they were like all basically hermits, but there's only so much of that I can take. And I think it has a lot to do with being female.
Coding is a very boring fucking job. It is boring as fuck, and you have to be a certain kind of person to do it. You actually have to like typing numbers and random shit into a anyway. For my video though, I didn't really concentrate on what he said. I did very little bits to show what he was talking about, and the part that made me want to make a video is the same thing I believe Scribe was inspired by. That fucking reply from Google.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle Brown has recently been hired by Google as their VP of diversity and whatever the rest of the title is. And in what I consider to be a rather unusual move, she made a response and actually kind of pointed it at the guy. She says that she's new to the job, was hoping not to have to, come out of her. She's been in the job for a month now, and she hadn't reached out to all of the employees yet to introduce herself. She needed a little bit more time. I think that's a feminine trait.
Poor pitiful her.
Yeah. But she responded because of the brouhaha going on, which she refused to share the memo with anybody who hadn't seen it, because her and Google don't support that kind of thinking.
Right.
Which is fucking stupid. One, there was nothing overtly sexist or racist about what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Nothing.
but you can't spin it that way. I'm still baffled that CNN, right, posed that as.
Oh, yes.
What did they say? Oh yeah, he talks about why women can't stuff, and I'm like, what?
Let's see if they still have it here. Yeah, so one of the company's male engineers claims that women are biologically unfit for tech jobs.
Yeah, and that's bullshit. That's not what he said.
No, it's not. And he even basically hashtag not alls the whole fucking thing. Because he says throughout, it's not always, but generally speaking. But the part that really blew me away is there's a paragraph in there where she's talking about, she said, because one of the guy's worries was that people with conservative or even different ideas than the company can't speak out about it because they'll be punished for it. He specifically says fired for it.
Yep.
And she goes on in her response to say that they welcome differing opinions.
Sure.
As long as they agree with us, because they have to agree with the company code of conduct, policies, and the one that fucking blew me away, the law. Nothing he said in any way violated the law. And there's a reason she did that, and I know there's a reason she did that. He mentions in his screed, he says we need to demoralize diversity. Not demoralize, demoralize.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a line in there. What he means by that is they've taken the term diversity and made it a moral argument. And in business, that's not how you do things. You don't do your business based on morality. You do it based on business practices. And his point was that when you turn it into a morality argument, you're no longer looking at, your bottom line or what's working best for your company. You're looking at good versus evil and who you can punish for attacking victims, in quotes, victims. And she brings this up as the law. She's purposefully trying to make him out to be the bad guy. He's a criminal, guys. Yeah. He's a fucking criminal. He wrote this. Yeah. So yeah, I was very, very pissed off about that one. And had to respond. And then I saw, I don't know why I wasn't informed. I'm not only subscribed to you, I have the bell clicked. It's all still good. And I didn't see that you'd even made a video till after mine was out.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Well, I mean, finish with your YouTube stuff. I know you got some you're working on for later tonight or whatever.
Yeah, the other one that I'm working on is going to be the Riley Dennis apology. Riley Dennis has that video out on a good apology versus a bad apology, and then
That shit
lays out
drives me to the fucking wall.
5 things you have to do to make a good apology.
Here's the thing that sorry.
The
Sorry.
only part that I agree with it is the final thing that Riley says, and this will be in the video. Sneak peek, guys. The final step number 5 is that don't expect the person to accept your apology. And I agree with that. If you apologize to somebody, that does not negate what you did if you actually did something. Nobody owes you an acceptance of your apology. Otherwise, I'm going to have a lot of fun with that.
Here's my thing about all that. Because they're always like, they're apologizing that because I got offended, not because they did it. Like, in my opinion, if you're going to apologize for what you're sorry for. I'm not going to be sorry about what I said. I'm sorry that you're a pussy and that you can't handle it, but I'm not sorry I said it. So it would be completely disingenuous for me to apologize for what I said when I stand by what I said. That's stupid. Like, don't apologize for things you're not sorry for.
Zenith said, monkey is very long-winded. You have no fucking idea.
Also, Zenith, thank you. Speaking of Danielle, the diversity officer, Zenith says, she seemed to me like a Dolores Umbridge person.
Ooh,
Like, she really does.
Yeah. I like that. Not that I like that she's like that, but just that, you know what I mean.
So I got a couple more ads to read before I get to my stuff. I'm whittling them down. Soon I'll just have Sanguine's super complicated Game of Thrones thing left. Okay, so here we go. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but the effects of aging no longer have to be. Jesse Green's remarkable retinol eye cream for anti-aging defense. Whack those wrinkles and kill those crow's feet by squeezing some Jesse Green into your eyes. Okay. And then yeah, doesn't it though? But it's apparently a thing that exists. Retinol anti-aging cream.
That sounds crazy. Even I wouldn't do that.
And for Sanguine's random selection, Sanguine's custom leather speed holsters. Your personal protection is paramount, and your ability to defend yourself in those seconds where it matters the most is vital. Sanguine speed holsters allow you to draw your firearm in a flash and put 3 bullets into another man's groin when he needs it the most. Comfortable, form-fitting, and discreet, you'll always be loaded for bear with Sanguine.
We don't shoot people in the dick. Cartman taught us that.
We don't. Callback. I like callback.
Your boy Pat said that's like apologizing for all the times I called Lacey Green a bubblehead when she was being a bubblehead. Yeah, it's true. Like, people forget that Lacey Green has said some dumb shit, and like, I'm not sorry that she said some dumb shit and I thought it was dumb.
Well, this is the thing about Lacey. She's still saying dumb shit, which is what I hoped she did. For me, for Lacey, the whole thing was just about her not thinking everybody's an asshole for disagreeing with her.
Yeah.
She's going to say things that I think are dumb because we are politically different, and that's okay. And I'm not going to apologize for the shit I've said about her. I've never said anything about her that I wouldn't still say to her. So
let's see. Yeah, last night right after the stream, I was so miffed at that response by the diversity officer at Google, and especially that one paragraph about trying to pull in what the guy wrote as some violation of the law by implication, that I did a quick, and some people pointed out, as I said at the beginning of the video, I said, I'm just doing a quick little video, and somebody said 20 minutes isn't quick, and I said, quick as in production, because doing this video took 1/5 of the time it would take me to make a regular video when I'm scripting it and editing it and finding inserts and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean by quick, so let me just make that clear. But anyway, I just turned on my microphone and just started yapping a little bit of what was on my mind. It's not as structured as I would want otherwise. And between Monkey and Mr. Medicare and a couple other people that have put videos out beforehand, completely knocked it out of the park compared to my thing. But my main point was that this incident, like I've said, I think I said last night as well, just uncovers what I've seen in my YouTube work amongst dozens and dozens of companies. I mean, for every video that I've done on diversity at some company or another, there's at least 5 or 6 that I didn't do anything on because they weren't quite structured in a way to be commented on. And this cult of the virtue of diversity is just I mean, I hate to use this phrase, but it's true. It's institutionalized discrimination. It has turned the process of deciding on who to give a job or who to hire or who to promote on the basis of arbitrary characteristics that have nothing to do with skill and have everything to do with trying to improve a company's optics, just so they can make sure that no one can claim that they're racist or that they're sexist, so they can stay on the bandwagon, and that if anybody comes along and says, I'm going to sue you because XYZ, they can point and say, no, we have a diversity department, we're being proactive, you have no case. Or anybody accusing us of something awful. Or, geez, look at our demographic statistics. We have way too many of one group than another group. They're going to think we're racist. We better do something to make sure they know we're truly not racist, even though our numbers don't change over time. And that's the other thing I wanted to point out, that this was a few weeks, actually a couple months ago now. I did a video covering an interview between TechCrunch and Google's officer of, I forget what it was called. It was some aspect of their diversity program. Oh. And yes?
I just wanted to interject there real quick, because I understand in that video that I highlighted of theirs, you guys should really watch the original. They have like 50 different heads of diversity. So I understand you not remembering which one it was.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All I was going to say is that in the course of that video, I looked up, because they even the interviewer said something about how Google is still working on its diversity issues. And so I was curious. I was like, okay, because this person in particular was focused on although that's right, he was the head of the Black Googlers Network. They have a program or a group inside of Google called the Black Googlers Network.
That sounds like part of the dark web.
Oh, God. And it was started in the wake of the Trayvon Martin shooting, apparently. So it has been around since 2012. So I was curious. I was like, well, okay, so this initiative, this internal group has been around since 2012. Well, then if their goal or their mission is to, increase diversity or something, well, what has Google's percentages been like since 2012 and onward? And I looked up their numbers from, I think they only started posting their demographic numbers in 2014 or something. No, I take it back. I have to look at the video again. Anyway, they posted their numbers from several years ago, and their percentage of African American or Black employees was something like 14%, I think. And again, if someone watches the video and corrects me on it, I apologize. I don't remember offhand, but it was something like in the low 10s, low 20s or something. And then you look at the numbers from 2016, they hadn't changed. Yeah. Like I think maybe a percentage point higher or something. And I'm just like, okay, so you've had a intentional, inclusive diversity program in place in some fashion for the last 5 years, and the numbers haven't changed at all. So there's only 2 possibilities here. Either it's just the case that some people are making different choices than other people, or Google is racist. Which one is it, Google, is kind of what I asked. And that goes along with this whole accusation against this guy who says in plain English, nothing that would be controversial, save for the fact that it is a criticism of Google. Because Google apparently sits in a place where they're not criticizable, or they are so virtuous and they know that they believe they're doing the right thing, that how can this person possibly say that we may be missing the point? But here's the thing. Google, the fact that Google responded to this essay, screed, whatever you want to call it, is amazing enough. But rest assured, this exact thing is happening in dozens and dozens and dozens of corporations, both here and around the world. They just haven't been called out on it as publicly yet. So I'm curious. Something I didn't bring up in my video, I don't think, but I'm curious. Once you have one whistleblower willing to step up and get attention for it, how long do you think it'll be before we have not copycats per se, like it's someone doing a hoax or something, but how many more people will be inspired to say something from other companies?
I mean, I hope it starts that. What happened, real quick? What happened with Riley's video?
I'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to have the same kind of effect that we've seen with other whistleblowers, simply because look at how this is being treated in the media. Even the Gizmodo article that we covered last night, the headline is derogatory towards the guy who wrote it.
Yes.
It's not that this guy came out and showed the problems. It was, look at what this dick did. So I don't think it's going to be, even if it does happen, it's not going to be very loud, because this isn't the kind of thing that gets headlines, because this is the kind of thing that goes against the narrative.
But the people that oh, sorry, go ahead.
I said we just read a story about a woman who opened a fucking vegan restaurant that charges men more, and that's seen as virtuous. She did it for a good reason. Our society just treats men as privileged, and especially white men, as though they have no problems in the world, and it's okay to treat them however you want because we have to get inclusivity. It's fucking stupid.
Well, you may be indeed right that the media is going to treat this dismissively or not give it a fair coverage or anything else, but the people to whom this speaks to, because, you know, for as much as we are, as YouTubers and in this particular genre, or whatever you want to call it, daily exposed to what we see as the hypocrisy and everything else, there's a lot of people who don't watch YouTube, don't know that this stuff exists, don't know that there might be other people out there with a similar concern or attitude. So something like this, which goes sort of viral inside of tech circles, where maybe they're not aware that there's an opposing viewpoint out there, it could inspire other people to say something. It might not get coverage in the media, but it might get coverage, or it might get attention in the places where changes might actually take place, if you know what I mean.
My best case scenario out of this would be something akin to a second Gamergate. And we all know how the anti-feminist side of Gamergate was treated, even though it had nothing to do with that shit. It was all, oh, women are oppressed in the gaming world and online. So I see what you're saying. I can see other people coming forward. I just don't think it's going to matter much, because the voices are silenced. Hell, they'll end up in YouTube's little lockbox.
Yeah, it's possible too.
To address your question real quick, SDA, according to the video, here, I can show you.
Oh, you want me to feature you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You are now featured.
See that?
No, I can't. I don't know if there's a catch up with it or something.
Helps if I hit share.
That might help. There you go. Yes.
Oh, nudity
or sexual content. What?
What? No.
This looks like a false flag, and I just want to make this clear to anybody watching this show. Please don't ever flag somebody's shit down, even if they say something really horrible about me. Leave that shit up so it can be responded to, not hidden.
Why would you?
This is dickish.
Don't flag it, then I can't make a response video, you asshat. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, Riley's
Whoever
never.
did that.
I mean, Riley's talked about sex, but never like shown nudity or sexual stuff, has he?
Had nothing to do with sexuality or nudity at all.
Right.
This was just apologize how I want you to.
Right. Okay. That's not cool.
Looks like a false flag.
That's not
fucked
cool.
Up.
Yeah. Don't. No.
Yeah, don't ruin my fun.
Well, not only that, but Riley Dennis's ability to express herself is our ability to express ourselves.
Yep.
And so you don't fuck with it, no matter who it is.
Sargon. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We are fully capable of responding. There's no need for that.
Yeah. So there's the PSA, guys. Free speech is only free if everybody has it.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that aside, I am working. Actually, I've already finished another video. I will be posting tomorrow morning. I'm gonna space these out a little bit since I won't be here tomorrow night. Vox.com put out a video the other day, and I've never done anything on Vox before, but this one really ground my gears, I suppose. In short, it's a Vox.com person complaining. What?
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to laugh during your thing. I should have. Nitrium in chat. Did you guys miss that a big fat cunt was fully visible the whole video?
Cute.
Har. This guy at Vox.com put out a video basically saying that the news media, specifically CNN, and this is the weird thing, I effectively had to sort of defend CNN in a quasi way in this video, which was really odd. The news media in general is doing a bad job covering Trump because they're not acting outraged, angry, and loud enough. That their relatively calm or subdued reaction to the news of the Trump administration is the wrong sort of behavior to have in this time. And so I go at some length to say, okay, so do you know the difference between journalism and commentary? Because if you don't, I have a news channel for you. It's called Fox News.
I don't understand how they can look at the news, look at anything going on, and say nobody's going after Trump. What do they want them to?
Well,
set
no,
him on fire?
It's quite to get down to brass tacks. Basically, the person is saying at some length that the news media, the pundits, the news readers are not emoting enough. The outrage, the blah blah blah, whatever hysteria over how crazy the Trump administration is and how off the rails our political process is. And the examples this person provides, I'm sitting there going like, are you old enough to remember the Clinton administration? Are you old enough to remember the Bush administration? Are you old enough to remember the Obama administration? Nothing that is happening now, save for the fact that Trump uses Twitter and has no filter, is all that different from the last 5 presidential administrations.
Well, from the sound of it, the thing they're mad about isn't that they're not covering the stories. It's just they're not yelling about it.
Right. That's I mean,
fucking retarded.
Yeah, in so many words. But anyway, so I'll have that out tomorrow morning. And then I think that was like Monkey. I was on Sinatra Says' stream for about half an hour before this stream started. We were talking about the Google thing again. Or BDSM, if you're Irate Bear, because he's really interested in that stuff in a substantive way. Anyway, yeah, that was my stuff.
Is that a joke or like?
That's an inside joke. The word.
Substantive. Okay, got it.
Yes. Coming up on, I believe at the end of this month will mark a year since I met Irate Bear, and I went on to a stream with him for the first time, which started me down the path towards doing this. So yeah, it's crazy to me that almost a year has passed since this started. Aren't you coming up on a year or already past a year, Monkey?
My year is September 8th.
Okay.
8th was the first day I uploaded a video.
Okay. Yeah, mine's October 11th. So that'll be my first YouTube year. But my first year of getting involved in this stuff was the end of August. How long have you been doing this, SDA?
May of 2015.
Oh, geez, you're the veteran of all of us.
I did take a 6-month break, which is why.
Well, in the last 20 minutes, guys, it is now chat time. So if you have questions for us or comments or anything else from the previous stories or otherwise, now's the time. Please put plenty of question marks there if we don't already see them as questions. And if you've asked questions previously that we missed, please repost them. Let's see. Scotch asks, when is your next video on your BDSM channel, Scribe? When something comes to mind that I want to talk about, if you go to my non-author dark channel, I've kind of covered in verbal form most of my thoughts, at least from my perspective on the subject. I've honestly been at a loss of what more I could say or do from my own place of things. But if something comes up or I get inspired to do something, I was also thinking about branching out the channel and maybe talking about some of the other things that I'm interested in, like serial killers and creepy stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm still debating on that, so we'll see.
Well, serial killers and BDSM are basically the same thing. So
Oh, I know. Well, there is a serial killer BDSM guy, which unfortunately, and Bloodwing knows, encountered this guy in quote unquote real life through the internet way back in the day. He's unfortunately relatively well known in that realm of things. Let's see, what other questions we got? What do you guys want on your burgers?
I don't like burgers.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
I like ketchup, mustard, Miracle Whip, then onion, pickle, and tomato if I have it sliced.
Is it Miracle Whip? Or is
It's
that
sugar
Ready
good.
Whip?
It's sugar good. That's what it is.
I thought Miracle Whip was whipped cream.
No, that's Ready Whip.
Okay, sorry. Because every time you say that, I'm like, why do you want whipped cream on a burger? That's weird.
No, Miracle Whip is a kind of mayonnaise. It's just a super sweet, and I used to love it as a kid. I grew out of it. I don't know what to tell you. On my burger, I want cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, real mayonnaise, mustard, and ketchup.
Where was it? I saw it up here. Jesse Jess asked cake or death. Cake, please.
Cake.
Cake?
I guess it depends on what kind of cake, though.
I like strawberry cake. It's
Because if
my
it's
favorite.
if it's urinal cake, then no.
I take it you two haven't seen Dressed to Kill?
Nope.
I've
Eddie
seen.
Izzard stand up. If you guys have not,
Long time ago. Yes, I don't
if
remember.
you haven't seen
everything.
Dressed, it actually holds up very well.
Does it? Okay. The girl wearing glasses asks, is it okay to respond to a video by live streaming and sharing it while you're doing so with your live commentary criticism?
Yeah.
I believe so. I know you have to do like ODS or whatever to do that, because Hangouts no longer allows you to stream external videos at the same time. But I believe you can still do that. Yes. Let's see. Ben Masta asked, my question is, do you guys know where I put my lighter? Yeah, it's in your other coat pocket.
One of your friends probably stole it.
Yeah.
Your dog ate it.
Vampire dog. Let's see. Questions, guys. Any comments, questions?
Salt on watermelon. Yes, it's actually really good.
Oh my god, I tried that. That was the weirdest shit. Why do people do that? What is wrong with
It's
you?
so good. It's also very good on cantaloupe.
It is disgusting.
Anne Berlin Wilson says, I put notifiers on so I won't miss these streams again. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. And if anybody who isn't already doing so, you should totally click that little bell on our channels so that conceivably, except in Monkey's case with my video apparently, conceivably our videos will pop up as alerts.
If you always had to wear one, would you rather wear one sock or one shoe?
One
sock.
Shoe, because I could step on rocks and then it would hurt less with a shoe.
Well, it doesn't mean you can not wear shoes ever, but you always have to have one of them on.
Oh, yes. Sure.
I'm thinking of showering. I think a sock would be easier.
I don't like shoes. I like being barefoot.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Jim Healy.
What?
You don't like anything.
I just said I like being barefoot.
Yeah, objects, things in the world, whatever.
I like things.
Jim Healy says, where's your favorite place to vacation? In bed.
Home.
Yeah.
I like it when we go to Palm Beach.
Okay.
My favorite place.
Anne Berlin asks, do you guys know your age demographics? And if so, what are they? I am 36 to 40.
No, like on our channels, I think.
Oh, I don't know. Does it do the analytics show you that kind of stuff?
Yeah, let
They
me look
do.
at it.
No, I have no idea.
I haven't looked.
I'm pretty sure I'm in like the 25 to 30-ish range. Pretty sure.
I know that more. I believe I looked at one time. There are more men that watch my videos than women. Probably because I'm not showing my face, but that's my own fault.
They're probably beating off to the sound of your voice, man.
Oh yeah, ASMR,
Yeah.
yo, all day.
Touch it again.
Let's just age. Like I want more than age. Why? Okay. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
25 to 35 is my, or to 34 is my big one.
Yeah,
Analytics.
same here.
I'm pulling up mine. I'll rattle them off when I get to them.
Yeah, my like in order of most is 25 to 34, then 35 to 44, then 18 to 24.
Falcon Millennial asks, some dumb American, you mentioned the fires in the Smoky Mountain earlier. Where I work, we're about to deliver the first of the fire bombers to the Forestry Service, 3 in total. Wow.
Okay.
Congratulations. I hope that helps out. Forest fires suck. Nothing for you here. Does dying make you do the death? Yes.
If you do it right, yeah.
Yeah. Netarumi asks, do you prefer steaks fried, grilled, or baked?
Grilled.
Yeah, grilled. You like steak?
Although,
I have to be in a very specific mood, and I prefer grass-fed beef, but meat freaks me out. I don't
what
like
do you mean
meat.
you prefer grass-fed beef? You can tell the difference?
Yeah, I can.
She has a very delicate palate.
I'm that kind of a yeah, no, if you like do anything different and wrong to my food, I will know.
Where do you find the
cow?
Where do you find the age demographics?
You just go to analytics and then you click on demographics.
Oh, demographics. Oh, there I see. Okay. This is how often I look at my analytics. I have no idea. Let's see. We have oh boy, questions coming in. Flair Fritz asks, what are your guys' favorite fields of scientific study and why?
Astronomy, just because the only thing that we can really discover that we haven't yet, for real, is what's out there.
I like astronomy. I like cosmology. I like oceanography. That kind of stuff. I'm like really fascinated by deep sea creatures. I don't know why.
Kind of with a monkey. The sort of the science of the universe, all the things that go with cosmology and stuff like that. That always seems much more profound and thought-provoking to me than most other sciences. Though I will tell you that genetics, pretty cool. I'm waiting for those monsters to be made. My demographics, the biggest chunk is 25 to 34 years old, followed by 35 to 44. Though I have more in that area in men than I do women. Women's second down is 18 to 24. So that's how that
Your
works.
boy Pat asked if I'm picky. Yeah, that's why it's easier just to throw mac and cheese at me. Because if you try to do anything complicated, I'm just going to be upset. Like when we go to a fancy restaurant, it's usually like, do they have fries? Okay, good. SDA can eat.
Rotten Corpse says, what's your favorite firearm to see in a movie?
I don't really care.
I don't know.
Flaming crossbow.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Let's see. This one comes from, let's see. What am I missing? Oh, it jumped. Of course my chat decided to jump. Backscan asks, do you know any good survival games?
I haven't played
Mince
very
Raft.
What?
Mince Raft.
Oh, Minecraft?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good survival games. I've heard that the survival mode for Fallout 4 isn't bad, and that there's a survival mode for Fallout New Vegas that was done by one of the creators. The Jay Sawyer mod, that's what it was. The Jay Sawyer mod survival mode is apparently super duper good if you're into survival stuff, especially if you're into Fallout. So I haven't played that one myself, but I heard it's really good. Let's see. Nothing for you here asks, will Steve Shives ever pop his bubble?
No.
Not unless he gets divorced, I don't think.
Amber Lynn has asked a few times, would we rather drown or be burned alive? I'm going to skip both.
Yeah, I'd rather not either.
I don't like questions like that. That's just sad.
Yeah, stop asking sad questions. Ask happy questions. Let's see. Will Steve Shives ever have his cherry pops as mining freedom? Oh God, I wouldn't want it. Thanks for putting that image in my head. Zenith asks, "You ever seen a grown man naked?" Unfortunately, yes, because shower rooms in high school. Ugh.
Every time I shower.
Oh yeah, that's always true.
And I have a nice penis. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a grown man naked.
Well, yes, because Assassin's Creed, yo. If there's
He wasn't even fully naked.
oh God, nothing for you here. Asks, if there's a right wing and a left wing, does that make the internet the bird? Oh, sorry.
Uh-huh.
I better stop before I get a copyright strike. Let's see. Scribe and Monkey, have you ever played Minesweeper on Windows 95 and Windows 98?
Yes.
Yes. How can you avoid that, so Scotch? Happy question, says the one-ton hammer. Would you like to be hugged to death or tickled to death?
Don't fucking touch me.
If I'm going to be hugged to death, let Pat do it.
I would rather be hugged to death because I've been tickled to the point where I thought I was going to die because I couldn't breathe. When I was very ticklish when I was little, and people thought that was funny. Yeah. And I'm literally there gasping for air, so no thanks.
Have you ever seen the documentary called Tickled?
No.
Okay. You guys here and anybody in the stream, if you want to see one of the most weird but true crazy stories, and this just came out a couple years ago, find the documentary called Tickled. I can't tell you a thing about it because just as you proceed, the rabbit hole is so deep and it is crazy. That's all I'll say. I got to keep the mystery because when you get to the end of it, you won't believe where this goes. And it was just a random story some guy found on YouTube. So it does have a YouTube connection. Let's see. Tickle the Monkey says backscan to Lady Monkey. Oh boy, that's going to require a bounty of some kind on Monkey's channel, and that'll be tomorrow night. So save it for
these days tickling, no.
Oh really?
It makes me jump.
Oh okay, that's not good. Yeah,
sudden movement is not a good thing in my world these days.
Jerica Togra says Fast and Furious might go to space. Have you heard of that? Well, yes. Jason went to space and the Leprechaun went to space, so why not? I can see it now. Fast and Furious having on a spaceship rocketing down through the atmosphere on fire and trying to land in some dramatic fashion in a CGI extravaganza.
They in the last one, they're driving across ice away from a submarine that's coming at them.
Yes.
Why would space be any different?
Maladjusted says, Scribelight, would you do a movie critique of Monster Squad? God, I watched Monster Squad not that long ago, a couple of years ago. That movie's still fun, and it still has one of the most serious, dark moments in it at one point. Mm-hmm. Have you seen this movie, guys? Yeah, Monkey, no. I think you probably have, right?
Which one are we talking about?
Monster Squad.
No.
No? Oh, God.
I think I've seen the opening of it, but I didn't watch very much of it.
So it's a completely cheesy, silly movie. You got all the Universal monsters show up, and there's a really crazy plot line as to how this happens. But there's this one part where the kids, they go off because they had to use kid logic. And the kids in this movie aren't quite Goonies level authentic kids, but they're pretty close. At one point, they're trying to figure out how to stop the monsters. And they say, hey, you know the old weird guy down the street? I bet he knows something because he's old and weird. And I'm like, it's this great logic. And they go and talk to this guy. And, strangely enough, of course, he actually does have some information that might help them. And as they're leaving the guy's house, they say, wow, it's really crazy that you know all this stuff. And the guy says, oh, I know far too much about monsters. And he closes the door behind the kids. And then the camera kind of pans down very briefly. And there's a number tattoo on his inside arm. And they don't say anything. Then they just cut away to the next scene. And it is, in a movie like that, I was like, oh, shit. That really hit me as a kid. I was like, oh. So, yeah, there's bits and pieces about Monster Squad that I still appreciate, especially Wolfman has nards. That's probably one of the best lines ever. Wolfman has nards.
Do you agree that chocolate milk is the drink of kings? Only if you make it yourself. If you any pre-bought chocolate milk is trash.
But King Henry died drinking chocolate milk.
I hate chocolate milk. I'm not
I
even
love
kidding.
chocolate milk.
I
I like strawberry milk too. It's so good.
I love chocolate milk shakes. I cannot drink chocolate milk. When I was a kid, I drank from, it must have been some kind of tainted batch of chocolate milk because I got so sick that night. I had hallucinations. I had like food poisoning out the wazoo, and I threw up so much. So now I have like this PTSD for chocolate milk specifically, not for chocolate milkshakes. It's weird, but I can't get anywhere near chocolate milk.
I have the same thing with pancakes. I got
Oh,
food poisoning from pancakes.
That's why you love waffles.
Yeah, because it's not
Okay.
pancakes.
Let's see. Nothing for you here says since we're all made of the same stuff as the sun and the solar system, does that make us star children? Yes.
Yes, we are all special starflakes.
Starflakes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a breakfast cereal. Starflakes. All right, guys, we're at the 5-minute warning. So last call. If you have anything to ask or anything to say, we will get to it. Captain Bramble says, Scribe, did you tear up when the Frankenstein got sucked into the vortex? That was, they made Frankenstein a very sympathetic character in Monster Squad. And as a kid, I did get sad because they made it sad. They got away with quite a lot of things in that movie that you'd be surprised by. I heard somewhere that they were thinking about doing a remake. I'm like, no, don't. I'm sure Universal won't now because they'll basically be making fun of themselves in their Universal monster universe. Let's see. Kelvin Robinson says, I hated crabs, but I got a stomach virus the day before I ate crabs. I'm over it somewhat now. Okay.
I think everybody hates crabs.
Yeah, one more sort or another. Let's see. Ranting Monkey, do you want Tony the Tiger to frost your flakes?
No, I'm good.
Let's see. Rotten Corpse says, do you have a favorite musical? It's probably Frozen for SDA.
Yeah, mine, I always fall back to the chorus line.
My favorite musical
Wicked.
it depends on what. Yeah, it's Wicked or Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, I also go if I have to be honest, probably still Phantom of the Opera because that was the first like musical I thought was cool when I was a kid, and I think the music is still pretty awesome, especially the original soundtrack.
Yeah, in school when I was learning how to sing, we did a lot of stuff from Phantom of the Opera, and it was difficult, but like once we got it, it just like it felt really good. So it kind of gives me the warms and fuzzies.
Donald Repentless says, does it make me the geezer of the room if my first video is from 2008? Yes. Have you been doing it consistently since then? Because yes, that would make you a veteran beyond words here. Because YouTube only started 2006 or something?
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude.
Can I address something that's been going on in the chat here?
Of course.
Somebody asked I think it was Scotch asked if Lady Monkey and I were each other's first kiss, and we weren't, I thought. And I found out I was Lady Monkey's first real kiss.
Aww.
And that is a surprise to me because we both when we were both sophomores, we were invited to the junior prom with the people we were dating. And I said in chat, I asked Lady Monkey in chat, Condom Boy didn't try to kiss you? The reason I call him Condom Boy is me and him got dressed. He came pick me up, and then we went back to his house because he had to get something. And he goes into this huge tub, pops off the cork on it, and it's just filled with fucking condoms. And he yanks out 6 of them in a strip and puts them in his jacket all confidently. Didn't get to use a single one of them that night, or apparently. But yeah, he was very confident. I mean, he pulled out 6. 6 condoms is a lot to use, even as a teen.
Yeah, that's a marathon if you can handle it, or if either party can handle it. Shady Grin asks, Ranting Monkey Scribe Light, would you bone the Desire Demon from Dragon Age if it were real?
No.
Probably not. That's because the results of doing so is not happy.
Irate Prostate asked, Ranting Monkey, you cry when you think of how much you love Lady Monkey. I would if it didn't fill my heart with so much happiness.
Oh. Let's see. And your boy Pat says, I've been having my channel since 2007, and my first video was January of last year. Oh. Yeah, you can have an account and not have any videos up. That's true too. It took that long. It took you 10 years. Oh, you should have started sooner, dude. Well, guys, we are at the top of the hour practically. So by the time we get done with the goodbyes, it'll be all over with for the night. Just as a note, we're on. The show will be on Monkey's channel tomorrow night. I will not be here. I have family visiting, so I'll be off for the night. I don't know if Monkey or SDA have plans to have a sit-in, but I guess we'll get to that tomorrow. Any other programming notes we want to plug before we move on?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Well, look for Monkey's video in the near future. Granted that did you already capture Riley's video before?
Of course, yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
have the video.
All right, good. So it's not a complete loss.
So you can give it to me?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I can upload it so you can grab it.
And yeah, so everybody, thanks so much for coming out tonight. Moderators, thanks for keeping a watch over the chat. Everybody who donated, thank you so much. Sanguine, I will get to your super duper Game of Thrones ad on Tuesday. And yeah, Monkey, SDA, thank you for joining me as always. And if you were ever a small baby, your life made a dad.
Indeed.
See you guys later. Night, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.